Welcome to the School of Money with Olumide Emmanuel.
Hello out there, you're welcome to the School of Money. I'm Olumide Emmanuel. This broadcast is aimed at teaching you wealth creation principles, revealing to you the pathway that leads to wealth and connecting you with money-making opportunity. It is our desire that through this broadcast, you will know how to make, manage, and multiply your money. Like I've always said, everything that will be shared on this broadcast is taken from this masterpiece, The School of Money. So if you don't have a copy of this book, you need to get a copy. And if you already have a copy and you have not read it, wow, you are missing a lot. You need to make sure you read The School of Money book. The book is a hardcover book. It's got a CD and a DVD in there, and it's about 700 pages. It is a school in print. And as you continually go through this reference book, it will help you on your journey of wealth creation. Well, today we're starting a new series. We're going to be looking at developing a savings culture. And we're going to be doing that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, developing a savings culture. You know what you're going to do right now? I want you to call your friends, send out a text, send out a BB, go on WhatsApp and spread it out and tell them that the Common Sense Guru is back on air, ready to share something that will help your life. Now listen, every time you tune into this broadcast, it is called the School of Money. So it's a school. So you need a notebook, you need a pen, so that you can take note of all the things I'm going to be saying. The shortest line is longer than the longest memory. And if you can think it, you should ink it for memory. I'm going to be back after this break, and when I come back, we're going to start looking at how to develop a savings culture. Stay tuned.
The clock is ticking. Soon the landlord comes knocking with probably an increase so shocking upon your household. Notice to quit, keep staring. With just a step today, you can turn the table around at Common Sense Estate Limited. Get genuine and affordable land for your desired future in any of our choice and strategically located estates. Dream City Estate Ikorodu, Dove Estate Ofada, Genesis Estate Abuja, Eagle Estate Agbara,
Ebenezer Garden, Lekki, Comfort Estate, Ibogun Ifo.
For more information on the cost, payment plans, visits to the estates and opportunities, call 0802-305-9058 or 0805-2673-673 or send us an email at info@commonsensegroup.com.
Hello out there, you're welcome back. It's still the School of Money, and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. Like I told you before we went on break, we're starting a series today on developing a savings culture. Developing a savings culture. In 1998, I had a very, very wonderful experience that turned things around in my life. It was in the middle of the year. We're expecting our very first child, and my wife then was on her way out to work early in the morning. And as she was about to get out of the door, she almost tripped and fell. And I rushed out to try to help her out, and she was okay, thankfully. So she left for work. But that just set me into thinking, and I began to ask myself, my first child is about to come into the world, and now my wife almost tripped and fell. What if she had tripped and fallen? What if she had had a complication and she had needed money? What if we had needed to rush her to the hospital for an emergency to save her life and save the life of my first child? Would I have been able to get the money to do what needs to be done? And I suddenly realized that at that point in my life, I didn't have any savings. I suddenly realized that I did not just not have savings, but even if I was to look for people to help me to raise money, I didn't really have too many people around me that could have helped me to raise money. And then I began to think of the importance of taking savings serious. You see, when we talk about developing a savings culture, you need to understand that a savings culture is not something that is natural to everyone. It's not everyone that just wakes up and thinks of saving. No, it's not something that is natural to everyone. So it means that it is something that you have to consciously and deliberately cultivate. So for you to come into that place in your life where savings will become a culture, where savings will become a part of the habit of your life, you have to develop it. And that development, it's your responsibility. You have to consciously develop it. You have to deliberately make up your mind that savings will be a part of your life. You need to understand that if you don't save, you are not safe. In one of the new rules of money I've shared with you on this broadcast before, I made it to understand that if you prepare for bad times, you will always have good times. If you take time out to prepare for eventualities, when they finally come, or if they finally come, you'll be able to overcome them. I know you must have heard over and over again, save for the rainy day, but many people probably just think it's a slogan. And then most people don't do anything they need to do to make sure that they prepare for that rainy day. Everyone is always hoping that nothing evil, nothing negative will come into their life until evil suddenly shows up. Like I've always say, the evil day is the day that evil decides to visit your day. And many times when we wake up in the morning, we wake up hoping and believing that that day will be a good day. But what if evil comes? So you need to develop a savings culture. Now, we have taught for many years, especially if you listen to people in the world of wealth creation and economic empowerment, you will always hear people tell you that you need to have between 6 to 8 months of your living expenses saved up in cash. When you read the book, The School of Money, you see a lot of things I said about savings. I personally believe that you should have savings. I personally believe that at least 10% of your income should be saved every time you make an income. So let me share more on that. Now, number one, I believe very strongly in what I've taught over the years. I call it the 70-30 principle. And now in the 70-30 principle, I'm sharing and helping people to understand that for every money that comes into your life, you only have responsibility to spend and utilize just 70% of that money to be able to take care of yourself. So it simply means that you should not live beyond 70% of your income. So what I tell people is that 30% of every money that comes into your hand does not belong to you. 10% is what you give. You must make sure that at least 10% of the resources that come into your hand is given. You want to call it charity, you want to call it tithe, you want to call it sadak, you want to call it whatever name. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you are giving back. Because the world that we live in is like a cycle. Giving is living. As an individual, when you breathe in oxygen. But when you breathe out carbon dioxide. And now the plants all around you, the carbon dioxide that is your own waste product is what they receive to continue to flourish. And then they release oxygen into the atmosphere for you to have. So what you give as a waste product is somebody else's sustenance. What they give as a waste product is your sustenance. So it's very, very important for you to make sure that for every money that comes into you, and at least 10% of your income is given out so that you can give back to your world, and then at least 10% of your income is saved. Now think about it. If you have saved at least 10% of every money that has come into your hand in the course of your lifetime, where do you think your life will be right now? Do you think your life will still be where it is? I don't think so. So you need to develop a savings culture. You need to make sure that at least 10% of your income is saved. And once you do that, it will help you to prepare for a better tomorrow. The next thing I want to go deeper in is the aspect of saving for at least 6 to 8 months of your living expenses. Now, you see, you need to understand that if you spend time saving at least 10% of your income, I actually advise that you do 20 or 25. But if you just do 10% of your income, you'll be having enough cash available for emergency. But you need to do everything you can to make sure that every money you need to live the kind of life you presently live, you have at least 6 to 8 months of that money available in cash. What do I mean by that? If, for instance, you need $1,300 to survive every month, it simply means you need $1,300 times 6 or $1,300 times 8 available in cash in an account somewhere. You know why? What if you lose your job? What that does is that if for any reason you lose your job, if for any reason you get into hard times, you can always continue to survive 6 to 8 months after you've lost your job, the same level of life, while you're looking for another job or while you're trying to sort yourself out. I was having a meeting with some of my mentees a while back, and one of them had come to see me immediately after the mentorship meeting. and we're just sharing. And he told me, "Oh, I finally got a job." I'm like, "Excuse me, you're still out of job?" What had happened was that 9 months before that, he had lost his job. He told me he lost his job when he lost the job, and I told him, "No problem, just look for another job." But I did not know that it took him 8 months to get the other job. So when he was telling me he now has a job, I'm like, "You mean you've been out of job for almost 8 months?" He said, "Yes, for close to 8 months he was out of a job." I said, "So how were you surviving?" He said, "What you taught me is what makes me to survive." He said, "I've saved money, so I've been living on my savings for the past 8 months. Question, do you have enough savings to even survive you 2 weeks? Not to talk of 8 months. If you don't, that tells you something is wrong with the way you are living your life, and that adjustment needs to be made, which is why we're here today, talking about the need for you to develop a savings culture. Now, I'm going to be talking to you about why you need to save. We're going to be looking, in the course of this series, we're going to be looking at 10 reasons why you need to save. We're going to be looking at 10 reasons why people don't save. We're going to be looking at, how to save, and we're going to be looking at where to save. And that will be one of the best series we will ever have on this broadcast, and that's why you shouldn't miss it for anything. Now, let's start by looking at why you need to save. I want to start with that. So let me share with you now 10 reasons why you need to save, and then I think we'll be able to end this first session with that. Number one, why do you need to save? You need to save because it is a wise thing to do. You need to save because it is a wise thing to do. I've seen people die. I mean, die. Just because they did not have $80 to pay for their hospital bill. I'm telling you, yeah. You may be listening to me and you're like, "Hello, how can people not have $80? Listen, I've seen people impregnate their wife, and 9 months later, even though they have 9 months notice, they are supposed to be delivering a baby, and they don't have $65 to pay for the hospital bill of delivery. Yes. And they are 9 months later. So you're asking yourself, how can somebody spend 9 months and they don't have ordinary $65? That's why you need to save. Because it's not everybody that has the wisdom of savings. So it is the wisest thing to do. If you don't save regularly, that means that you are not operating in wisdom. So why do you need to save? You need to save because it is the wise thing to do. If you are listening to me right now, you don't have any savings, you are not safe. If you are not saving money, it simply means that you are not creating the future that you desire. You can picture the future, you can desire the future, but do you know that there is nothing called tomorrow? Do you know that there is nothing called the future? Yes, today is the tomorrow you spoke about yesterday. The future never comes. There is really nothing called the future. What you call the future in your past is now called your today. Now, so the future you are talking about can only become a reality if you create that future. So creating the future is all about applying the wisdom of savings. So the first reason why you need to save is because it is the wisest thing to do. We're going to go on break right now, and when we return, I'll show you the 9 other reasons why you need to save. Stay tuned. I'll be back.
Do you know you can become a millionaire with ease? Yes, I mean it. It is simply dependent on your association. Who you associate with determines your location and acquisition. Join the Fingerprint Investment Club and move with thousands of members who have enrolled into a pathway to guaranteed wealth. With just a one-time registration and a monthly savings, your annual 20% return is guaranteed. Wow! What club would do that? It is Fingerprint Investment Club. Yes, invest and go to sleep while your money works for you. For more information, call 0802-305-9058 or 0805-267-3673 or email us at info@commonsensegroup.com. You can also visit our website at www.commonsensegroup.com.
Hello, you're welcome back. You're still on to the School of Money, and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. If for any reason you've been listening to me in the last few minutes, you need to spread the word around and let someone around you know that something good is happening on TV and they need to be a part of it. Now, we've been looking at developing a savings culture, and I've been trying to help you understand the importance of savings and why you should save. So we're looking at 10 reasons why you need to save, and I've shared with you the first reason is because it's the wisest thing to do. The second reason why you need to save is because it helps you to have funds to invest. Now listen and listen well. There's a difference between savings and investment. Saving is setting money aside for a purpose, but investing is sending money on assignment for a return. Saving is setting money aside for a purpose, but investing is sending money on assignment for a return. So there are a lot of people that do not have investments. There are a lot of people that have investment opportunity coming to them, but when the opportunities come, they are not able to maximize the opportunity. You know why? They are not able to maximize the opportunity because they do not have enough money saved up that they can push into that investment. So the second reason why you need to save is so that you can have enough money to be able to invest. Because when you invest, it makes money to begin to flow into your life. Number 3, it helps you to enjoy debt-free purchases. Yes, it helps you to enjoy debt-free purchases. You know, in the world that we live in right now, it's amazing that people buy clothes, they buy shoes, they buy electronic appliances, they buy cars, some even buy funny stuff, and they don't have money to pay for it. So they get into what we call the buy now, pay later syndrome. They buy now, but they break the payment into installments. So it's amazing that someone is buying a shoe, someone is buying a shirt, someone is buying a wristwatch, someone is buying a mobile phone, someone is buying an electronic appliance, and then you're not going to be paying for it until the next 12 months, the next 24 months. Excuse me, by the time you wear the shoe in 12 months, you've not finished paying, the shoe is already out of order. So listen and listen well. You need to know that every time you save, it helps you to get into a realm in your life where whatever you need, you can pay cash for it. Wow. Do you know what it means to pay cash for everything you need? You want to buy a car? Cash. Handset? Cash. A TV? Cash. Shoe? Cash. Do you know people even buy food on credit? Listen and listen well. If you eat tomorrow's food today, you'll be hungry tomorrow. If you wear tomorrow's clothes today, you'll be naked tomorrow. If you live tomorrow's life today, you ain't going to have no life to live tomorrow. So it's very, very important for you as an individual to come into that place in your life where you save, so that whenever you need to buy something, you pay cash for it. Number 4, it helps you to maximize seasonal opportunities. It helps you to maximize seasonal opportunities. Many years ago, a young man needed to travel, and he's got so many stuff he needed to sell, but he just couldn't get them to sell. And on the last day when he needed to travel, he still had a car that no one was willing to buy. And he told himself, I'm going to drive to the airport, and when I get to the airport, if nobody is going to buy this car until the day I'm leaving, I will drive the car to the airport, and when I get to the airport, I will sell the car for any amount that I can get cash while I'm at the airport. And you know what happened? This car was worth over $3,000. But this guy got to the airport and he began to cry out to anyone. He said, I've got a car, this is the car. If you want to buy, bring cash now. The highest cash I get, I'm releasing this car. Do you know what happened? The highest cash he got was $520. And he collected $520 for a car that was worth over $3,000. Now, question, what if the guy that paid the $520 did not have the $520? Because the guy heard about it, ran, got his ATM card, ran to the bank, brought the money, and came back. Many people desired to have that opportunity, but they didn't have any money saved up. But that guy had been saving money, and when the opportunity came, he was able to maximize it. When you save, it helps you to be able to maximize seasonal opportunities. So when opportunities come, you just use the money you've already saved up to maximize the opportunity. Next, it helps you during emergency. It helps you during emergency. Do you know a lot of people have found themselves in emergency situation and then they had no money to maximize or take advantage of, solving that problem? Now, do you know that everyone that got involved in an accident did not wake up in the morning leaving their house expecting to have an accident? Everyone that found themselves losing their mobile phone, losing their car key, and having to get someone to come and open the door for them, do you know they didn't plan to have that experience that day? So question, what if an emergency comes into your life today and you needed money? I was sharing a while back on the importance of building capacity, and I was talking about the need to build what I call pain capacity, or what I call, crisis capacity. And I was telling people, I said, look, what if for any reason your loved one is kidnapped, Oh, I know you don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to experience that. But what if for any reason your son, your wife, your daughter, your husband, your spouse is kidnapped, your mother, your father is kidnapped, and they tell you need to produce $10,000 and will release your family? What do you do? Where do you get $10,000 from? So that's why you need to save, so that when emergency comes, at least you will have what it takes to be able to handle the emergency. Because in life, emergency will always come. Now, the next reason why you need to save is because it will help you in the days of unforeseen circumstances. Now, some things are emergencies, some things are unforeseen circumstances. Now, I tell you, just about a few weeks ago, we had a little crisis here in our organization. I'm doing this recording right now at the ground floor of one of our office complexes. But do you know what happened? Just a few weeks ago, the roof of this complex was off. Why? Because there was a massive rain, there was a massive wind, and then all I did was get a call and say, oh, we had a problem, the roof went off, and then the rain, the office is being flooded with rain. I said, no problem, just do what you need to do. Do you know what happened the same day? Did you hear me? The same day, we had to bring out money and fix the roof. That was an unforeseen circumstance. But guess what? What if there was no money saved up to be able to take care of the roof? And then the next rain will come, and then the next rain will come, and you're still trying to gather money, and then you lose so many things. Why? Just because you did not have money saved up. Well, there are 4 more reasons why you need to save, and I'll give that to you when we return after this break. Stay tuned.
The thin line between the wealthy and the average is acquired and executed information. You can cross the line today through our wealth creation packages put together from decades of practical entrepreneurial experiences. Make your choice today from the following life-changing audio materials from the Common Sense Guru, Olumide Emmanuel. The School of Money: How to Make, Manage and Multiply Your Money. The Entrepreneur's Blueprint. The Pathway to Wealth, Becoming Recession Proof, Budgeting Made Easy, How to Do Business Part-Time and Succeed, Time Management 101, Strategies for Wealth Preservation, Goal Setting in the 21st Century, Debt-Free, Understanding Money 101, Retirement Planning, Understanding Money 202, How to Increase Your Value in the Marketplace, Staffing Your Business, Activating multiple streams of income, maximizing opportunity, developing investment mentality, why businesses fail, 7 universal reasons for poverty, how to generate business ideas, understanding business 101, entrepreneurship 101, how to raise capital for your business,
and many more. You can also log on to our secure website www.commonsensecart.com for online purchase of all our products.
So what are you waiting for? Call now to make your order on 0802-305-9058 or 0805-267-3673 or send us an email at info@commonsensegroup.com. Keep your dream alive.
Hello, how there? You're welcome back. You're still on to the School of Money, and I'm still Olumide Emmanuel. We've been looking at 10 reasons why you should save. And before we went on break, we have looked at 6 reasons why you should save. Number 7, you need to save because it helps your financial freedom. It helps your financial freedom. Everyone that I know that is really, really serious about their life wants to be financially free. But if you are going to be financially free, it simply means that you have enough resources available to do all that needs to be done. And you can't arrive at that bus stop without developing a savings culture. Number 8, you need to save because it frees you from the anxiety and worry of lack of funds. It frees you from the anxiety and worry of lack of funds. It will amaze you to know that many people are living in a high level of anxiety. Every day they are anxious. Every day they are worrying. Oh, where do I get money? Can I be able to pay this? What if this happens? What if that happens? And that worry, that anxiety has messed up a lot of people's health. And that's why you need to save, so that you can save yourself from this worry and anxiety that has characterized the life of many people that do not have enough resources available to help them. Number 9, you need to save because it helps you to develop a good culture that you can pass on to your kids. Yes, your children needs to learn about money. Your children needs to know what it means to save money. Do you know what it will have meant if while growing up, my parents sat me down and taught me about money and helped me to develop a savings culture. You know, when we're growing up, we have what we call the piggy bank. In my place, they call it kolo. It's a piggy bank where you put money and they tell you to put. Now, do you know that not many family had that? Not many people grew up with that. But you see, that's a way of teaching people the culture of savings. So if you develop a savings culture, it becomes a part of you. You will unconsciously be able to bring your children into that realm. And before you know it, they grow up knowing what it means to save. And there are a lot of people, I've met so many people that have savings culture and it's helped them. And finally, you need to save because it makes you a good example and a good model. When you save, you become a good model, you become a good example. People want to be like you because they've seen how you have been able to change your financial situation. Well, you know what? It's amazing how time flies. So that's why I told you at the beginning, this is going to be a series. And I think we're going to have 2 more parts to this. So it's going to be part 1, part 2, and part 3 in developing a savings culture, because in this particular season of this broadcast, I really want to see you come into that place where money is not your problem. The way things are going in our world today, people need to develop the right habits that will help them, and that's what this broadcast is all about. So you need to go to our website. We've got books, we've got tapes, we've got the School of Money book, we've got the Pathway to Wealth, we've got all kinds of audio programs on finance and wealth creation that will help you. Follow us on social media. Go to my Twitter handle at International Wiseman, INTL Wiseman, or at Olumide Emmanuel. Olumide Emmanuel. It will be amazing to have you follow me on Twitter. Go to our Facebook page, visit our website. You can get the books now. We have ebooks, we have MP3. You can download them, you can pay with your card. It's an amazing, amazing experience when we hear from people on how this broadcast is helping them. So make sure you do everything you can to continue to follow us and to continue to tune in to this broadcast. So till we meet again next week, as we get into part 2 of developing a savings culture, I'm still Olumide Emmanuel, your common sense guru. Keep your dream alive. Bye-bye.